Okay, cool. So we'll get through the 2 rounds of warm up, guys. To start with, starting with 30 seconds of split jumps, and 10 press ups, 15 air squats. 10 seconds. 2, 1, where we go. So alternate split jumps, 30 seconds. Working through just that nice and soft foot landing, control with your core. Come on, Emmy. Tech problems, mate. 3, 2, 1, then into 10 full range press ups, guys. So chest and hips to floor for 10 press ups. Yes, Emmy, you've done it. Go out, so 10 press ups and then 15 air squats. Good, guys. So 15 air squats after those press ups. Good. So just stand tall when you finish those. We've got 30 seconds of mountain climbers next. All together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, where we go. 30 seconds of mountain climbers. So knees up to chest. Just work on that range rather than speed. So we're just trying to get as much mobility in the body in this first round as we can. 30 seconds worth of these mountain climbers. 5 seconds into alternate V-ups. 3, 2, 1. So flip onto your backs, crunch up towards the one leg that's raised. 10 repetitions, guys, just 5 on each leg. And then work through 10 sumo deadlift high pulls. So with your dumbbell, kettlebell, going from floor to neckline. Again, not too quickly, just working through that range. Core tight, generating that force through the hips. Good, guys. We'll wait for everyone to finish. Going to go into a 30-second sequence of high knees this time. So we'll kick off round 2 with high knees. 3, 2, 1, where we go. So again, good knee lift, good arm drive. Posture's nice and tall, core's engaged. So working through 30 seconds. Ten seconds, guys. Going into 10 press-up rotations next. 3, 2, 1, where we go. So 10 press-up rotations. Good, so when you go into the 15 air squats, guys, so after 5 air squats, just do 1 inch worm for me. So you're gonna do 5 air squats, 1 inch worm, times 3. So 3 sets, just working that range of movement through the hips, hammies, lower back. So 5 air squats, 1 inch worm for 3 sets. guys. So wait for everyone to finish that sequence. Going into 30 seconds of jumping jacks. Okay, all set. 3, 2, 1, where we go. 30 seconds of jumping jacks, guys. Five seconds. 2, 1. So back into those alternate V-ups for 10 reps. So 10 reps on the alternate V-ups. And then 10 sumo deadlift high pulls. Good, guys. So we're just going to go through those high pulls. That's the end of round 2 of this warm-up. And then we're straight into the mobility sequence. Good stuff. Excellent. So just starting with this, standing fold sequence of movements, guys. So your feet just narrower than hip width, so it's a narrow stance. Going to work through 10 forward flexions, and then hold for 20 seconds on that forward fold. So 10 forward flexions just in your own time. Once you finish that 10th rep, guys, just check the clock and hold for 20 seconds in that forward fold position. Keeping it fairly passive, so not actively stretching too much. Just let the body drop into that position. 20 seconds, guys, on that forward fold after the 10. So again, focusing on that breath, deep breaths in. Good, so when you finish that 20-second sequence, guys, go wider with the foot base. So this time outside of hip. And then same thing. So 10 on those forward folds, 20-second hold. So working through the sequence of forward folds, just getting gradually wider with our feet. Good, so hold for 20 seconds when you finish that last rep there on the forward fold. Good stuff. So on that last stretch, guys, just got one more. So if you put your arms out to the side, your feet should be in line with your fingertips. So super wide. And then you're going to perform the forward folds from that position. Okay, so wide foot base forward folds for 10. And then the 20-second hold. Good, so last 20-second hold in that wide foot base, guys. Good, just stand up and shake the legs when you finish. Just wait for everyone to finish that hold. So the pigeon stretch, we want to go elevated. So with a sofa, chair, box, you're going to fold your leg on top of the platform, guys, underneath the torso, and just forward fold over the knee. 30 seconds on each leg, and then we'll go into a dynamic movement that's hitting those same muscle groups. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, where we go. So forward fold with that leg underneath the torso, trying to keep the foot at right angles with that knee, placing the emphasis in the glute and glute med there. No rush, Michelle, just keep going for a bit longer than everyone else, that's cool. Five seconds, guys. 2, 1, then swap over. That's good. So folding that leg under the torso, trying to get the heel as close to the knee as possible, and then body over. So 30 seconds on this hold. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good there, guys. So still with that platform, you're going to place your foot, so one foot on top of the platform, and then forward fold 10 times. So that's super high that I've got there. You're going to go, yeah, at that sort of hip height with the knee, and then forward fold on the inside. So if you can, guys, go put your foot on the edge of the platform so you can fold past the box or the sofa. So 10 repetitions on each leg there. Good, guys. Once you've finished that one, we'll just wait for everyone to finish those last few reps there. Gonna go sofa stretch for the hip flexor. So up against the wall or the box or the sofa, just placing your knee very close to the ankle point, and then sitting the heel back in towards that heel. Okay, so holding it up that torso. I'll wait for everyone to get into that position. Good stuff. So the closer that knee, guys, to the ankle point, the heavier the stretch. Alrighty, 3, 2, 1, where we go. So upright torso, actively push the hips forwards and create that tall torso position. Should be filling it, quads, hip flexors on that knee that's flexed behind the torso. Three, 2, 1, swap over. Good, guys. So if you can, hold on to your hips instead of your knee and lean back slightly. Open up those hips. You should feel that stretch accentuate there through the quad and hip flexor. Five seconds. So you're going to roll onto your backs, guys, and perform 10 lumbar spine rolls. 2, 1, where we go. So onto your backs for 10 lumbar spine rolls, hugging the knees into chest, and trying to extend the back as much as possible. Good. Once you've done the 10 reps, you're going to roll the other way. So we're doing a cobra stretch for our lumbar spines and stomach here, guys, and abdomen. So roll onto your stomachs, hands underneath the shoulder. 3, 2, 1, arch the shoulders up towards the ceiling. Head elevated as well. Keep that breathing regular, so 30 seconds. Five seconds, guys. 3, 2, 1. So go back to a seated position, wide foot base, straight leg forward fold. So you're just going to reach forward with the fingertips through to the heels or past the feet. So as low as you can, again, rounding the back. So we're getting as much extension in that spine as possible, but go wide with the foot base. So 30 seconds on this finishing mobility exercise. It'd be nice if I just go another 35 minutes of this, eh? Just cruising through. Job done. Five seconds, guys. 2, 1. Good stuff. Grab some water. So you should feel fully mobilized, activated after the warm up there and the stretching. So again, today's recovery session is geared toward the full body, but with the 400 and the 200 meter run, so you've got 600 meter run to do per round. We're just looking at a cruising pace on your cardio and just maintaining form. So that's a good opportunity to work on your knee lift, your stride length, and your impact with the ground. How soft is it? With the exercises, so 15 after the 400 meter run, you're performing 15 hand release press ups, 15 goblet squats, and 15 weighted hollow leg raises. I'll show you those with the weight, guys. So if you have been training, by all means, on some of these exercises, if they're weighted, go unweighted. So for example, goblet squats, you just do air squats. If you're feeling stiff and sore from the Monday to Wednesday sessions. And if you're going weighted, but you have trained, keep the pace just at a moderate level. So the idea of going through these movements, we're not rushing through it, we're just trying to keep that form. So that weighted, the last one of the 15 rep sequence, the hollow leg raise is, so you're in a hollow hold position. See this right? So I've got the weight behind my head. Okay, straight leg, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So the only part of the body that's moving is the 2 straight legs. Just going up and down in quite a small range. You're trying to hold that position with your shoulders off the floor, weight behind the head. Good, really good lower abdomen exercise that. 200 meter run, and then you've got 10 burpees, 10 weighted lunges, or bodyweight lunges, 10 sumo deadlift high pulls, 10 alternate snatches. And again, just keeping that pace moderate and working on the ability to keep it efficient. So a good thing with the burpees that obviously burpees are full body and taxing. A good way to create them to be lower in intensity is just to have a 2 or 2 second count at the top of the burpee. So when you finish, jump and clap, you don't go straight down into them. Just have a little pause and then go. So we're just trying to reduce that intensity and work on the range of movement of the body. 16 minutes, so I'm guessing the round's going to be close to 7-8 minutes. It's going to be a 2-rounder probably-ish, maybe a bit more. Those of you that haven't trained, this is a perfect workout for you to go full on and you'll get a lot from it. Any questions, guys? Everyone's all right? So the run, we're going to do 1 minute high knees, 1 minute mountain climb for that 400 meter. And then on the 200 meter, you're going to go 1 minute touch squats. So they're minute intervals, not 30-second intervals on this one. Good stuff. All right, I'm going to get you started. Okay, guys, so kicking off with that 400 meter run, 10 seconds. So the indoor intervals, 1 minute high knees, 1 minute mountain climb. 2, 1, where we go. Good, guys, so just cruising through, making sure that core is engaged, solid form. So going into mountain climbers, 5 seconds, 3, 2, 1, where we go. So 1 minute mountain climb, so knees up to chest, and just working that full range of movement, guys. "30 seconds. So sequence of 15 hand release press ups, goblet squats, and those weighted hollow leg raises. First 3 movements after this, cardio. "10 seconds, guys. Three, 2, 1. So 15 hand release press ups. Good, so just working on that range, keeping the form super tight. Core engaged, guys, hips up with shoulder. Remember, there's no rush with this workout. If you train heavy this week, you've got to cruise and just keep that form as best you can. 15 goblet squats after those hand release press ups. So don't be afraid to air squat. Again, if your body is feeling tired. Good, so remember to keep the arms straight behind the head. If you've got a relatively heavy weight for these hollow hold leg raises, just bring the arms slightly overhead. The further back you go, the harder it is. It's tough with a heavy weight that. So arms are straight behind the head, holding a dish, and then small leg raises up and down. 15 reps. Core super tight, guys. So lower back, flush on the floor, and just working through 15 constant leg raises. Very, very good at core exercise. This is advanced. That load behind the head puts way more emphasis in the abdomen. "200-meter run," or 1 minute of touch squats, guys. Touch squats for 1 minute for the indoor intervals. Nice work, excellent. Guys, so coming off this minute interval, just make sure you try and work on that range of movement in your burpee. So get your feet landing as close to your wrists as possible and not too narrow. And then try to keep that chest in that gorilla pose as you jump up and clap overhead. Cruisy 10 reps. Don't get the heart rate too high. So 10 burpees, 10 weighted lunges, 10 sumo deadlift high pulls, and then 10 alternate snatches after that minute of touch squats. Good, guys. So cruisy 10 reps on these burpees. Try and get the feet as close to the wrists and really work that posture as you're coming out the squat and jumping with the hands over the head there. Good. Excellent, guys. Well done. So after the burpees, you got the 10 weighted lunges. So again, knee touches the floor, core engaged, upright torso. Good, guys. So yeah, good opportunity to keep the control in these movements and really to be super strict. Again, do not worry about the pace of the workout or the timing on the clock. Just focus on each rep that you're covering on each exercise. So 10 sumo deadlift high pulls after those lunges, guys. 10 high pulls. And then the finishing exercise, 10 alternate snatches. Back into that 400-meter run. Good stuff, excellent, guys. So again, back into the run after those alternate snatches. 5 on each arm. Working through the hips and making sure we're squatting as we lower that weight to the floor. Good stuff. So a minute back in the interval, so a minute on the high knees, minute mountain climb. Perfect. So it's, yeah, pretty much halfway, just under there for the time for that first round. So that's, you're going to get through 2 rounds, guys, and a little bit of the third. Quite often or not, so if this workout was just the 400 meters and those 15 rep sequences, it'd be way harder. So the less on the screen or on the workout, the more chop and change on the body and the more recovery you can get. When you're repeating movements, you get more fatigue. So it looks like you're doing a lot of work, which you are if you're going for it, but it's a perfect way to get the body flushed out over different domains. Good, so going into those mountain climbers after the high knees for 1 minute. Good opportunity as well, guys, to have a play around with your hand positions on the press-ups and your feet on the squats. It's always good to test different muscle groups, see how you fare at different widths. Good stuff. So 15 hand release press ups after that minute on the mountain climb. Excellent, guys. So the control is good there in the form of back. Excellent. Good stuff. So 15 on the goblet squats or air squats if you're not weighted. Nice, guys. Looking strong. Nice to have a workout that's limited in pressure as well. So you haven't got a minute EMOM to pressurize you to get the work done. This one, you could just go at your own pace, steady, cruisy, good form. Recover that body, but still working mobility as well at the same time. So goblet squats into those weighted hollow leg raises. So holding that weight behind the head, straight behind the head, guys. Try and crunch the shoulders off the floor. That's the hard part. And then small leg raise. So Imi and Alex, just a little smaller with that leg raise. So a small controlled leg raise for 15 reps. That's it. Nice, guys, well done. So remember, touch squats for the indoor interval. I knew you were trying to think what it was, Imi. Good, so 1 minute of touch squats on that indoor interval after those leg raises. Looking good, well done, Mandy, inside there. Good stuff, Rach. Yes, well done, Michelle and Mike. Good job, Katie. Yes, Alex. Good job. So 10 burpees after those touch squats, guys. Well done, Emmy. Nice, Kathy on the rower there. Just gone. So 4 minutes left, guys. 4 minutes left. Do not be tempted to pick up the pace. If you're doing the recovery session version, keep it just smooth, controlled. If you go away from this workout feeling given 50, 60%, that's exactly what I would like. Good, guys. So 10 burpees, 10 weighted lunges, 10 sumo deadlift high pulls, 10 alternate snatches in this second sequence. So just make note of how the body's moving at this stage. You guys have been going for 13 minutes continuously, so the body's fully warmed up, activated. Should be fun in these movements. Comfortable and with good form of movement and good control. Excellent, guys. Well done. So coming to the end of round 2. With just over 2 minutes left on the clock. So that pacing's been consistent. It's good. Nice, guys. Excellent. So Alex is in for round 3. So Zimmy there. Good stuff. Well done. Nice, Mandy. Good job, Si. Going into 3 there. Nice, Katie. Way better with that rod, Katie, isn't it? No distractions. Good, Mike. Well done, Michelle. Yes, Emma. Well done. Good job, Greg. Nice, Kathy. Good, guys. So in these last minute or so, just focus on keeping that control, fluidity, cruisy, non-stop style. Working on that form of each exercise. 40 seconds, guys. "25 seconds. So just finishing these movements now. So some of you on the indoor intervals there. Kathy's on the row. Some of you out on the run. So working that form of movement and keeping it consistent. 3, 2, 1. Going really quickly for me. Good. Well done, guys. Take a breather, have some water. Look great, look good. That form of movement's great. Everyone seems to be able to, they just seems a bit more in tune with your body, a bit more. You can pace the rounds individually a lot better, I'd say. Looking at you all from the earliest weeks that we were doing this, got way more knowledge on that pacing, which is great. Guys, thumbs up who was over a 6 out of 10 in terms of intensity, 10 being super intensive. Was anyone over 6? Si?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't train on Tuesday or Monday.
What else was sort of 6 and below? Fine. So this is, yeah, just going back to recovery and as the aging process happens as well. So in your teens and 20s, you can have a really intensive session, lie on the sofa all day the next day, and you'll be bounced out of bed and you'll feel fine. Whereas muscles that have been worked for a longer period of time, and as you get older especially, you have the intensity, A, you need longer to recover, and B, you shouldn't just stop. If you do lie on the sofa and watch movies all day and then try and train the next day, you're actually worse off as you, especially past 40 years old. So this type of work where you would give, it's called a rate of perceived exertion, so an RPE. Is the RPE on a scale of 1 to 10 or 1 to 20, what is it? We're always trying to get people under sort of 6 or 5 for a recovery session. And we know then they should be ready to rock for the next day and to be pushed and to be pushed harder. In the professional world, you would have a red, amber, and green on an athlete. So if they played, you know, the England boys, for example, on the Saturday, they would turn up to training on Monday with a colour on their bodies, and that would denote what they could do. So if you're red, that means you're fully sore. You've got a lot of sort of pain in the body. You need to get in the hydrotherapy pool or whatever. The ambers can do a bit more, and the greens are good to go for everything. So we treat in this game, we always want to treat us the same way because you would get the best out of any individual training in this environment similarly as well. So, if I see Alex is training super intensively most days, I could tell. And if her performance was dropping off and I noted that a 1RM deadlift was lacking or she was feeling tired and her metcons were coming down, we would just address that and go, look, we need to change the routine and have some more recovery. So we're all very it's hard to come off the intensity a lot of the time because it's what we want to do and we want to get fit, but it is counterproductive a lot of the time in this game. Good. So what we got, quads and glutes. What was I going to do with your quads? I was going to test your quads in a line. Yeah. So if you lie on your side, guys, this one, don't you are doing the lying quad stretch on the side, but just grab your laces and feel, so pull the heel back towards the glute, but feel where you get the first point of contact of tension. So we're not stretching here. I'm trying to test your range of movement without much tension on it. So lying down, just make a note of how far your heel is away from your bum, basically your glute. How much space is there without having too much tension in the quad. Okay, as soon as you pull it a bit more, you'll feel the tension come on, and that's too far. So just edge it back and just make a note of how far that is. Then swap over the other side. So this is just, we're just going to pre and post test on this muscle group. So is there a difference? Are they pretty similar in range? Again, just make a note of that distance from heel to glute. Okay, cool, guys, that's fine. So we're going to go through a series of myofascial release and then a stretch. So we haven't done this before actually. It's not particularly nice, I'm going to warn you. With a dumbbell or kettlebell, you're going to sit on the floor or on the sofa, but we want the quad to be relaxed, so it shouldn't be under any tension at all. You're then, with the dumbbell, you're going to knee into the quad, straight down the middle of it. Obviously, the pressure is entirely up to you and what you can take, but if you find a sore spot, guys, you're going to work through that area with a bit more time. So hold on, I'll get everyone seated. We'll do this together because it's quite difficult for you guys to know what to do. So we're going to start right at the top of the hip, in the middle of the quad, okay? And put pressure in that dumbbell kettlebell at the top of the hip and that quadricep. So hip flexor, quadricep insertion. Is there any pain? If there's not, happy days. If there is, it's just a little bit overworked. Okay, then edge it down 2-3 inches. So this muscle, anyone know what this muscle's called? 10 points if you do. So this is the sartorius muscle. So the sartorius is a key flexor of the knee. So squatting, squat cleaning, anything heavy, then a little further down, guys. Keep going. Yeah, everything heavy through the knee flexion. This muscle's heavily loaded. Also, if you bike a lot, you run a lot, this muscle is generally under quite a lot of tension. Okay, above the kneecap. So this is the origin of the quad. Like a tendinous junction here. Sometimes can be really sore with any repetitive sport athlete. Amy, that'd be you. Nothing there. Not training then. Okay, guys, then go back up to the top and put it on the outside of the quad. Okay, so we're going laterally down. So I can feel straight away, for me, there's a really sore spot on the outside of my quad at the top there. So that's denoting that this muscle, so this vessel stabilizes the hips. If you're squatting lots, it's going to be under quite a bit of tension. We're edging down the quad, guys, so just moving down a few inches. So this is like a primal way to beat the muscle up. This is basically what a sports masseuse would be doing to take out the fascia, the tension in the fascia around the muscle and make it more malleable. And then you can stretch it and then you can move it. That's the best way to get mobility in a muscle. Keep edging down. So we're just above the ITB band here, which is notoriously tender. But the hip stabilizers, guys. I'd be surprised if none of you haven't found a sore spot in this region. Good. So then we're going to go on the inside. So inside the quad, pushing through, edging that kettlebell dumbbell down, working into the muscle at the bottom, so that teardrop muscle. So this is, vastus medialis, this is called. Again, they're all knee flexors. So for you guys, these muscles are your go-to when you're doing any of your squat and base movements, lunging. Good. Okay, so swap over, guys. Swap over leg. So at the top, down the middle. Note the difference in legs, guys, as well. So if you've never had a sports massage, or if you've never myofascial release or trigger point release properly, you tend to not know where your muscles are really tender and sore. And it's a really good sort of habit to get into, because you'll focus more your mobility on those areas that you might not have thought are too sore. It's not until you put pressure on, it's like, shit, okay, that area is really tight. I need to do something about it. Because any restriction in these muscles, so the soreness is where the fascia's tight and the muscle's tight. So that's going to restrict your mobility and movement. So all the way down to the top of the kneecap there. Good stuff. Then back up to the top on the outside. So just edging down. As again, it is a bit primal with the dumbbell or kettlebell. It's not the most ideal tool. So a rolling pin is perfect for this, guys, for your quads. So you can really get good pressure and target the right muscle groups. Obviously, lacrosse balls, if you want a bit more isolated, smaller areas. So anything like a lacrosse ball, hockey ball that's hard. So for me, the outside of my lower quad there is really sore. So that would, if you mobilize that, if you didn't mobilize that and I went into a squat session, it's just going to be more restricted than normal. Okay, so inside, working through. So down to the teardrop there, just above the kneecap. Okay, cool. So if you just stand up, shake the legs out, shake them around a bit. Just give them some flexibility there. Just thumbs up if you didn't feel any tension in any of those muscles. Good, right answer. I'll be very surprised. Okay, so you're going to go straighten out the eyes into a seated straddle. So kneeling on the floor, sit back onto the heels, knees out to the side, and then depending on your flexibility, walk back as far as you can, but under no pain. So some people obviously can lie on the floor flat, happy days. Doesn't matter though if you can't, just put the hands behind the heels, the feet, and just go to a safe level. So we're going to stretch here. So we've just pummeled the muscle, guys, released the fascia. Now we're static stretching it. So we're getting it more malleable, and then we move it. And then we retest and just see if there's any difference. in that lying quad stretch that we did to start with. So full minute on this, really good stretch. Again, a lot of people suffer with their knees and ankles and things, so this can be a difficult one for them. So a sofa stretch would be good, but the benefit of this one is we're doing both together at the same time. So we're just killing two birds with one stone, basically. 10 seconds. 2, 1. Cool, guys. Okay, so literally just hands on hips and just walk around, flicking your heels up towards your glutes. Okay, so just perform 20, 30 reps of this, just walking around. So we're moving the quadricep that we've massaged and then stretched. So 20, 30 reps. Once you finish that, just line your side for the testing. We should hopefully see basically that the heel's closer to the glute without having the resistance on it. So you just have that more range of movement with your heel to glute. So just test each side. So once you've done one side, just make a note of how it feels. Okay. Anyone, so thumbs up, who's better? Does anyone feel, yeah, Alex, Imi? Michelle, yeah, double thumbs up. That's good. I can't see Mike. Is Mike any better? I know Mike's, no, okay, yeah, I thought, yeah, with his knees. Good, mate, good. Good, so again, we're not spending that much time on that muscle group in terms of the physiology, but it just shows you if you are mobilizing these muscles regularly, you can make a difference really, really quickly. And if that was, so if we're going to a front squat sequence, so 5x5 front squats at a decent load, and you had that stiffness in your quads, that is going to impinge your performance. So the days that you come in and go, shit, I feel like crap today, I can usually move 50 kilos, but I can hardly move 40. It's not anything to do with your conditioning, or it's always your mobility. Always, generally, your mobility. So we've just got to try and hone this and make sure we're going through it as best we can. Just with is everyone all right for time? This one won't take as long. Yeah, so just going to go on the glutes. So seated, guys. So the test for the glutes is that seated test where you put the heel on the knee and just see how that feels in the glute and where the knee lies. So I'm always tight my glutes. My knees are high position, so they don't naturally. Ideally, guys, we want that knee folded down close to parallel to your ankle. Okay. 2, 1, swap over. So just make a note of that, how it feels, the range of movement that you've got. Good. Okay. Thought the quad was bad. This is even better. So with your dumbbell or kettlebell, you are going to put this on the floor and sit on it, but obviously have your upper body that's basically taking the weight off the dumbbell or kettlebell, depending on how much you can take. So that dumbbell, guys, is right in the middle of your bum, glute maximus, we're going to start with. Okay, so right in the middle of the glute, you're going to put the kettlebell in, or one end of the dumbbell, straight bang in the middle, and put as much pressure as you can through. So the leg is straight, the one that you've got the dumbbell in, and just let the body drop onto it. So for me now, it's like a dull ache. It's not particularly pleasant, but it tells me that this glute is tight and needs releasing. So just sit there, you're gonna hold this for 30 odd seconds. So we're not moving like we did with the quad, with the dumbbell and kind of up. We're just gonna stay stationary on this. So for me now, after 20 seconds or so, it's started to release already. So the pain has gone from a 7, 8 to a 5 or 6 for me, I'd say. 2, 1, swap over. So swap over on the other side. Again, so left side's not quite as tight. Lazy ass glute, this left one for me. I'm always loading that right side a bit more. But there's still some tension there. So again, we're just gonna hold the weight on this glute for a period of time, just to try and release the tension. Five seconds. 2, 1, good there. Then guys, so just be careful with this one. I'm going to go back onto the other side. So I'm just going to point to it because you can't see. So we want to go right on the side. So glute med and piriformis with the where the kettlebell and dumbbell is going to be. Okay, so right on the side of your bum. So you're going to roll to the side. Be careful with this. This is really tender for a lot of people. So we're going to do the same thing, roll onto the side. If it's, if you're getting close to 8, 9 out of 10, just take the pressure off by using your upper body. So these muscles, again, really important, hip stabilizers. And for us, with what we're doing all the time, these muscles are fully loaded up every session through hundreds and hundreds of reps. So if you weren't tight here, I'd be pissed off almost, because it means that you're not using the glutes effectively. Every athlete's tight in there, glute med and piriformis. 2, 1, swap over. That's good. So swap over on the other side. So this would be ideal with a lacrosse ball, guys. So jump onto Amazon. They're only a couple of quid or whatever. Well worth, and you can use that for your feet, your calves, your hammies. It's really versatile, the lacrosse ball, and it's the correct size as well. The diameter that you want to try and target these muscle groups. Note any difference in the sides, guys. Is there less pain on one than the other? Two, one. Then go into pigeon on the floor, guys. So chuck the weight out the way, roll onto the front. So fold the leg underneath the torso at 90 degrees. Try and bring the heel up so it's closer to the knee as possible. And then fold the body over the knee. So we're going to go full fold and really try and sit back into that glute. So we're getting a full stretch through those muscle groups. Five seconds. 2, 1, swap over. So same position, working through the other glute there. Yeah, I'd say 80% of our performance-related issues are due to the mobility of our bodies, guys. Obviously, mental state as well, and stress and coming in and not doing as well could be related to a lot of that. But generally, if you're not feeling as good in these diverse exercises that we're covering, it's generally just because your body's tightened up and needs releasing. 2, 1, good stuff. So just retest on the seated knee fold there, just to see. Again, we've spent only a limited time on this muscle group in relation to getting a big response, but it should have an effect on whether it might not be the range, it just might feel a little easier to get your foot on top of your knee and fold that knee out to the side. Any better, guys? Thumbs up if you are. Good. And also, so that's fine, guys. So if you don't find there's much response, we know that's something that needs to be worked on. So a muscle that's quickly changed in its state is one potentially that we still need to mobilize, but it's not something a focal point will be on. So we're all obviously different with our bodies, and we carry the stress in different areas. And these sort of testings will highlight, okay, shit, my glutes are really tight. I need to mobilize them regularly. It'll make a big difference, make a really big difference. Again, this stuff it is promoted, but if you understand the benefits of it and also how much it relates to us getting older. So as we get older, if this stuff isn't implemented, but we're doing CrossFit, you're screwed. Basically, you will have injuries. You'll always be carrying something that will be holding you back. So we'll get it in. We'll get it in place. But I just want to try and get you guys to get knowledgeable on it as well, so you can do it at home on your own. It'll be good. And yeah, Freya's starting. So Freya's starting her yin yoga is going to be awesome. That's good. She's starting that when we're back up and running. So that'll be well worth having a look into and diving into. Good. Just bored you to tears. Look at your. It's like, Christ, please stop.
Well, I'll see you on Saturday.
See you Saturday, mate. Yeah, good. Well done, Em.
All right, see you soon.
Well done, guys. Good stuff.
Cheers, Will.
Nice to see you all.
Yeah, thanks, Will.
I'll see you tomorrow, Saturday.
Yeah.
Cheers,
Cheers,
Will.
Will.
Cheers,
Bye.
guys. Bye. Bye.